Okay, hey! Oh boy, we just made it. 6:30. Oh my God! Please excuse this. Excuse for hair. We'll do the best we can. You guys don't. You never judge me. That's what I love about the Steve Squares. You guys are. You accept me for who I am, messy hair and all. So thank you. Happy Memorial Day on this May 27th, 2024. Thank you for joining the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K. Doing the remote thing, I'm going to adjust us a little so Governors gets to see there. So I know the show is sponsored by Governors Comedy Club in Levittown, bringing you tons of laughs only when I'm there. How is everybody? I always find it odd, and I always say this. Do you say Happy Memorial Day? Because it is a day of observance. Beknownst to fellow Long Islanders and those around, it's just not a day of eating enormous amounts of barbecue and sitting at a sweaty beach like this, looking at the air show. It is a day of observance and a day of honoring to all of our vets, our veterans, and I actually took some time to look at some past stories and footage and things from past veterans, and I think I really like what they do at the Yankee games. I was saying this to my mom, when they do, first of all, what's going on with my shirt? All right, I like it to say, I like you to see the, the dumbbells look, there it is, but then you can't see my head. It's very difficult to, the production quality on this show is outrageous. So I have some things to show you, but I was saying, when we watch the Yankee game, they always recognize a veteran in the seventh inning stretch, and I really like that. I think that's a nice thing to do. And my favorites are the World War II veterans that are like 99, 100, and they look great. They come out. There was a guy just the other day at the Yankee game, and he stood up, and he was, he was shaking, and he was very, very excited. It was great. I'm wearing, as you can see, I'm donning the red, white, and blue, trying to wear something red, white, and blue. I put that on today. So hopefully, I know our weather was not agreeable today. Boy, you talk about, we had two pretty beautiful days, Saturday and Sunday, but today was a storm. Did you get caught in it? I'll tell you, there's a lot of things I won't risk life and limb for. But one thing I will risk life and limb for is minestrone soup from Ivorone Brothers. And in the heart, I'm talking the heart, it was almost quasi a tornado. I went out to get my minestrone soup, and I'm very excited about that. So there's a lot of things I won't risk my life for. Minestrone soup, I will. I absolutely will. How could I start one of these remote shows without my partner in crime? Hold on. I still have Kermit with me. You guys got scared. He's still here. I'm finally going to plant everything. I'm very excited. I'll put Kermit right next to me. I'm really excited. Look at this. I also have these sunflower seeds. Now, they're a favorite of mine, sunflower seeds, if you can see there. These are giant sunflowers. They're going to grow enormous, like what you'd see on the Magic Garden if you watched that show 79, 80 years ago. Carol and Paula, you know I always talk about the Magic Garden. These are the kind of psychedelic sunflowers you would see there. So I bought Miracle Grow because everybody talks. I see the commercial all the time with that, what's her name, that ex-convict. She broke out of prison, Martha Stewart. And she's always doing those commercials with the Miracle Grow. So I said, hey, let me get some Miracle Grow. I'm going to plant these sunflowers. I want to see how big they can get. It's my new experiment. I was very, very busy this Memorial Day weekend. I was finding different things to do. And one of them I was in the store, TJ Maxx. You know I'm a TJ Maxx shopper. I really go there. Now, why was I there? I'll tell you why. I went for a run. As you guys know, I'm a runner. I run on the weekends. And I finally, remember I told you I was running almost a week or two ago, still wearing a hoodie and sweatpants because, you know, I like to stay warm. I finally caved in, wore a pair of shorts, t-shirt. I was really in that summer gear. Had my sunglasses on, the wraparound runner sunglasses that I use. The Polaris, those are really good. They're old, but I like them. The only thing I was missing, my headphones broke, and I like over-the-ear headphones. So I couldn't find any in the stores. I looked, so I had to wear these. And I just don't love these, and I'll tell you why. You could see these. I'll put them on a little bit. You know these, the earbuds. I just don't love these because I don't love things that go in your ear, and then they kind of fall out. So I like headphones. I like the sound. I feel it blocks out distracting noise like screaming babies and dogs, which, by the way, is a wonderful show coming on NBC this fall. But I just can't. So I looked online, and I know I look strange because I'm running with those big headphones, and everybody wears buds and small little things, but it's not for me. So I ordered a pair of over-the-ear, but there's another kind that's not too bad. They hook around the ear, and I also, here's an old school thing I do. I do like to connect to my phone using wired headphones. Why, you might ask, when everybody is about wireless? The wireless never connect. I never get good connection when I'm out running, because I run. I mean, I'm running where they don't even have Wi-Fi. That's how far I run. I run where they've never heard of Wi-Fi. That's the distance you're talking about. I'm running to just a different time zone. And I don't know, I just like that feeling. So I'm very picky and choosy about all of that stuff. So I'm in TJ Maxx. And they always have these great little gadgets and trinkets and who's-its and what's-its. What was that from? Who's-its and what's-its galore? Of course, it's from Under the Sea, The Little Mermaid. She's got who's-its and what's-its and gadgets galore. Jodie Benson. Come on, people. Stay with me. So I saw this guy, and I thought, this is fantastic. The Corn Dude. How awesome is the Corn Dude? I bought the Corn Dude. Now, what the Corn Dude does is you hold it in a downward motion, and it strips the corn off the cob. So say you don't want to break your teeth and have because we all know how expensive. Nobody even has dental insurance. I don't even think that's a thing anymore. So you don't want to crack your teeth, break your teeth. eating off the corn cob. It gets in your teeth. It's really annoying. Don't worry. The corn dude is here to help. You downward shave the corn. It comes right off the husk. Oh boy, delicious. You're enjoying beautiful corn, and you do it with something fun like this. This looks like something that would have been on an episode of Shark Tank, right? Screaming at Mark Cuban, and him screaming back, "You can't take corn, I enjoy," all of a sudden he would say, "I enjoy eating corn off the, nobody's going to buy this crappy thing." Well, I bought it. I was sold on the face. I'm very easily sold on things that look like this, that are very package friendly, eye catching. I love the packaging is fantastic. Corn Dude, I love the name. It's very easy. It says strips corn clean off the cob. It's fantastic. You could even probably use this. This would be a great in it, like an old Alfred Hitchcock, right? Like a murder weapon. And then she has the corn on the cob. This would be the Corn Dude. Don't. I'll have to put a like they put those little asterisks. That is a joke. Do not go buy the Corn Dude and go on a murder spree and tell him that the Steve Squared Show. We do not endorse the Corn Dude doing anything but taking corn off the cob. So if you use it in a negative way, if you go out and try to go on a murder spree with the Corn Dude, I am not your alias. I am not going to sit on a trial and and defend myself because you people don't understand a joke. The Steve Squared Show said no. The Steve Squared Show never says anything. I'll put the Corn Dude down. I just love saying the Corn Dude. It's so fantastic. So did you guys get anything done yesterday? Everybody was talking. It was all about the air show, right? All about the Blue Angels, and they do amazing things. They go up. I had heard them. I'm sure, like myself, all of you have heard them flying over your homes and practicing over the weekend. And but yesterday it got cut short because it got cut short because the weather didn't agree. It was weather was a little bit of a problem. So just want to make sure I'm broadcasting. Yes, I am. So the weather was a bit of a problem. So what had happened was they cut the air show short. But here's my take on this. And if you look, it says here attendance soars for air pre-show and all weekend. They had, oh my God, listen to this, over 100,000 people at this thing. And look at, everybody's doing, I make fun of this, but there they are. Can you see? Everybody's just like this. How long can you sit there with your neck like that? You know what you could do? I'll tell you something better. Where is it? On Netflix, or it's Amazon, I'm sorry, Amazon Prime. They're showing a documentary on the Blue Angels, and it's everything you need to know. You can watch it in the comfort of your home. Do you have to go to navigate that enormous traffic? If any of you listening out there attended the show, I need you to call in right now to the Steve Squared Show. Call in. You know the number. I'm not going to give it to you because you know it. I want you to call in and explain to me why you did that. And I will hook you up with someone that does counseling. Because nobody in their right mind would endure that. Because you're not getting out. They close the parkway. So you're there for the whole day at night. It's just, well, it's so crowded and so, it's just planes. I don't know the people's fascination. I think it's interesting. I mean, I look up when I'm walking to my car or something. It's just overhead. But after like a quick, oh, that's cool, I'm done. I don't need to do that for hours. I can't even do that. I'm already painful. I did it 3 times. I'm already in pain. It's 6:43. By the way, give you the temperature. It actually cooled down a lot, the temperature. It's 69 degrees, cloudy. It says here a severe thunderstorm watch for certain areas. I like to, but right now it looks pretty clear here in Nassau County wise. Our storm was, maybe a couple of hours ago, of course, when I was picking up my soup. My soup got drenched It was terrible, but I made do. Anyway, so I'm glad. I'm gonna put my ringer on just in case somebody calls in to say their experience at the air show. But for me, it's just I just can't do it. It's just not something I would enjoy. This was very exciting. I was really excited. I'm doing prep work for the show. Let me see if I can find it for you. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Oh, by the way. Oh boy. Here are the Blue Angels. There they are. These guys look like they mean business. I mean, the things they do are incredible. But like I said, just go watch it. What are you getting all hysterical for? So, anyway, let me see what I wanted to show you all. See if I could find that. Did you see that new J-Lo movie? It looks terrible. It's like an AI movie. Atlas. She produced it and she's in it. It's about AIs taking over the world, artificial intelligence. Just don't see it as that being... I definitely want that. Oh, so this is... Oh, here it is. That fell. Alright. So I'm looking here and there are 21 shows, like Broadway shows. 21, not Broadway shows, Long Island shows. 21 Long Island shows to see this, summer. And they're listing, it's from local community theater, things I've done before. So don't be too impressed. Lindenhurst Theater, Baca, Studio Theater, just local theater, the Cultural Arts Playhouse in Plainview, the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor, Argyle. These are all local, very local. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum in Hampton, Theater 3, which is doing the producer. So then they have a picture, right? And the picture is like two parts, if you could see here. Let me see if I can hold that together for you. Because they're featuring one show in particular. Right? These two people driving in a car, and there's a girl in the back. And I look closer and I say, I know that girl. And let's see if you know who that girl is. Let's give you a close-up view of that girl in the back seat. Do you know her? Do you know her? Too bad I don't have Steve on the call. Do you know her? I know her because that is the one and only. It says here, Eric Clavel left, Emily Vaith and Andrew Accardi in the Playcrafters Theater Company's, I gotta go to the next paper, production of 39 Steps, opening Friday. So our one and only, our little Emily Vaith, my friend Emily. I can't believe she didn't tell me this. I have to read about it like a schnook, like one of you schnooks. I'm not one of you. I'm not a schnook. I love that word. 39 Steps. So let me see where we can go support Emily. I'm going to have to go see this now. And it's Alfred Hitchcock. My mom's a big Hitchcock fan. The 1935 Alfred Hitchcock suspense flick gets played for laughs as four actors take on a multitude of roles. I know why I could have been in this. This is fantastic. It doesn't say where. Anyway, it's at the Playcrafters Theater Company, Friday, June 9th. Friday, June 9th. It's in Suffolk County. That's where the Playcrafters Theater Company is. So if you go under Playcrafters Theater Company, you'll see 39 Steps. And go. It's going to be June 9th, Friday, June 9th. It's got to be longer than one day. But let's support Emily. Let's go down there. I shouldn't even tell her I'm going to go down there and surprise her. What I should do is tell her I'm coming to review it and really give her nerves. She should give me a ticket or something, like a family and friends. I don't know how to feel about this right now. What else are they showing? What else crap is there on Long Island? The East Line Theater, Baca Arts again, in Lindenhurst. I've done shows there. Oh boy, what are they? Oh, they're doing Harvey with the 6 foot rabbit. I don't know about that. Young Frankenstein at the Bay Street Theater. That's always fun. A chorus line, Newsies, Don't Waste Your Time. Main Studio, that's in Wellwood. The Human. All right, so really, so go see the Emily show. That should be pretty good. I'm very excited for her. Oh boy, that should be pretty good. What do you think about that? I definitely will reach out to her and I will message her and I'm going to tell her I'm going to go. You know, I'm a good friend. That's what when you're in that theater community, you want to support each other. People always came and me and Emily, I did one of Emily's first shows with her. We had done Fiddler on the Roof together. I was Fietka and she was my whatever. I don't know what I forget her character's name. How can I forget? It was something. I remember my name, but I don't remember her name. It was one of those, Mazel Tov or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that was, we had, and then we did something else together. I thought we were in another show, but I can't recall. And then, of course, I've used her in Dumbbells many a times. She's a wonderful actress, and Steve knows her well. But... So now, as we are coming into, let me see if I have this here. Is this what I wanted to show you guys? Oh, so, yeah, the Blue Angels are on Prime Video. But again, you should have just watched this documentary instead of sitting in traffic and dealing with this all. Or you could just go down. They reenact things all the time at the old Bethpage Village restoration, so you could do that too. Oh, look at this shot. Or you could just watch the Steve Squared show. Look at this. This is a great shot of that. Wow. It's fantastic. I don't know why this bothers me so much, but if I see one more celebrity or one more person on Instagram or any social media, anywhere, anytime, here's the one thing I could guarantee. I can't guarantee a lot in my life. Actually, I can guarantee nothing. But if I had to guarantee one thing, it's this. You will never, ever see me do this gesture. Never. With the little heart with the hands. How this started and became we are such a stupid people. I'm sorry. The things that become popular and trendy are just ridiculous. This nonsense of this, I love you, and they do the little hand with the heart. That's great. You've figured out. It only took us as a people. I mean, we've done a lot as a people. We've created fire, industrial revolution, automation, cars. We invented the car. Henry Ford, the Wilbur Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur. Not only were they making popcorn, but they invented air travel. We've landed on the moon. We've done so much as a people. We've invented Wi-Fi, internet technology, space stations, electricity, everything. And yet it took till 2024 to figure out that two hands together can make a heart. Boy, we never stop. We never stop. That's what I love about us. We just don't stop. Yeah. It annoys me. I don't like people with their little, and I'm not doing it. You thought I was going to do it, even in a satirical, jesting fashion. That's not going to happen. Because somebody will take a snapshot and say I did that, and they'll post it as me doing it. It's not happening. You will never catch me doing that. No, I'm not going to put my hands together in a heart. There'll be other gestures I'll do with my hands. I'll make other signs or things, but it won't be a heart, I can tell you that. I'll work on that for the next show. Hey, this is exciting. I think we're going to have a ventriloquist on the show in a couple of weeks. This guy, he's a ventriloquist. He goes around to local schools and he teaches kids via the ventriloquist. So I reached out and I said, hey, would you like to come on the Steve Squared show? We had a magician, right? We remember Joshy K. I'd love to have you come on and as a ventriloquist. And he he was fantastic. He said, well, you know, do you want to book the both of us or just him? And I said, well, I'd like you to bring the dummy with you. And he said, well, isn't it, you know, and I said, you bring your dummy, I'll bring mine. No, I'm just kidding. You know I love Steve. So hopefully we'll book that. That should be June 10th. That's already in June. Could you imagine? It's moving so fast. This is the last week of May. So hopefully you're now well into getting your outdoor backyards ready, your decks. We're still in this enormous bee battle, so I'm having a hard time dealing with that, but we're going to try our best. And, you know, we'll do what we can do. What else we got in the news? There was a couple other things. So they were in this weird battle with cell phones. Here it is. Cell phones in the classroom. Cell phones in the classroom. It was amazing. Last night on the History Show, the History Channel, they were doing mega brands that built America. And they were doing the cell phone, and they showed the first cell phones in like the 80s, these giant, they were like, you had a brick in your hand. They weighed about 10 pounds. They only had 27 minutes of battery life, and it took 10 hours to charge. And it cost $3,900, equivalent to maybe $12,000 today. And people bought them. You know, they bought these first phones. You know, you can see in the Gordon Gekko movies in the 80s, you know, that was like kind of the thing. You had to be this, like, you know, businessman, or you were a jet setter. You had these horrible looking phones, but everything starts somewhere, right? Even air travel started with those floppy planes. Everything starts somewhere, right? We didn't know how to put two hands together to make a heart. Sometimes we used, you know, one finger or part of maybe our shoulder. We didn't know until we finally mastered it. So it's all about mastering. So the cell phone now, as you can see, is now sleek. It's awesome. It's very, you know, user-friendly. And then they showed these two guys who started inventing messaging on the phone to be able to get it to someone. Couldn't get it back, but you would message. It wasn't two-way yet. And hence the BlackBerry started. Remember the BlackBerry? It was a huge hit among the drug dealers of that time. Hey! And they'd get their little beep, 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 you know, it turned into that. I don't know how those things, or beepers. That was really beepers, not Blackberries. Blackberries was more the businessman's, again, everything was more the businessman's, you know, thing. Or businesswoman, as the case may be. We're all friendly here on the Steve Squire Show. So, Governor Hochul, am I saying her name right? Hochul. Apparently she's still the governor. I didn't know that. I wasn't sure until I saw it right here on the front page. And it says here that they're having this debate in schools because the cell phone is an enormous problem for teachers dealing with it in schools. So what they did is, there is no law. They can't, it's done on a school by school basis what their policy is. But Governor Hochul has said they're going to block the internet but allow kids to have their phones in case parents want to reach them in an emergency or something like that. So that seems to be the compromise between educators, parents in a statewide proposal. What they're going to do is they're going to say you can have your phone in case you got to reach a kid. But here's something interesting. I went to school and I was able to get through school and I didn't have to call home. Or if you did, if there was a call, you went down to the nurse or there was always a payphone. I probably not a payphone that's anywhere in existence anymore. But there was you go down to the nurse and you say, if you had to make an emergency or whatever the case. So, I mean, come on. They can get through 6 hours, 7 hours of school without having to have their cell phones. But everybody's crying and screaming, it's a whole thing, so you got to compromise. We're in a world of compromise. And so they have said, look at this kid. This kid, it's unbelievable. You see, I was showing you this, but this is much more of a fascinating story. You see this kid right here? He's 2 years old. 2 years old. Baby Dev. His name is Devin. Baby Dev. He is 2 years old. This guy's 2 years old. 2. He's a math genius. Elmont's little star. He's from Elmont, right here on Long Island. He was on America's Got Talent. Even a 2-year-old can do more than me. I mean, what? It just depresses me. Even this kid's going to be... He's 2 years old. He's doing math problems on America's Got Talent. Really, he wasn't doing calculus. Let's not get crazy. But he was doing some really, involved addition, a little subtraction. I think he even did multiplication. I mean, it's 2 years old. I don't know what I was doing at 2. I don't think I was doing math. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably trying to even figure out the bathroom. He's still trying to, whatever. And this kid's doing math. And he was funny. He was on the show, America's Got Talent. And, they were all, the judges were there, and Howie Mandel, and, all the rest that do that show. I don't really watch a lot of America's Got Talent, but it was, he was good. You could check it out. His name is, if you just put in 2-year-old, not many 2-year-old math geniuses on America's Got Talent will pop up. So you'll be able to see it. Check it out on YouTube. It's pretty funny. He was really interesting. Very good. Math. I was a good speller. Speaking of spelling. Spelling. 3 Long Islanders, and I got to find it now. You see, this is what happens when you're not organized. I'm not a very organized person. I need to get, that's one of my, here they are. Spelling. So, these 3 Long Islanders. Sure, you know them, you love them, you probably have never seen them. They will be performing. They have reached, they're from Long Island. I don't know if I'll pronounce his name right. E. Lang, 12 years old, from Westchester County. Victor Yang, from Great Neck. And Lipia, she's from Smithtown. They have made it to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Fantastic. Oh, we're getting a call. 7 o'clock, we're getting a call. Let's see who's calling in. Steve Squared Show, you know who it is.
Steven.
Hey, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Hold on, buddy. Let me get you loud and clear. What's happening? We got a call from Mr. Jeff Zervos, ladies and gentlemen.
I stayed awake this time.
Fantastic. I love when my guests stay awake. It's hard for the hosts to stay awake if you ever saw Steve doing the show. How was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was like any other weekend.
Like any other weekend. Did you... I was talking about how people were flocking to the beach to see the planes. Are you someone into planes and watching that, or not your thing?
Yeah, I really don't care.
Jeff really, he gives the hard-hitting answer.
You know what? Yesterday I heard the planes flying over my house. That's all I know.
I was, do you watch any America's Got Talent? I was watching this 2-year-old math genius from Long Island.
I haven't watched AGT in like 3 seasons.
So this kid, he's 2 years old, he was doing math problems. He was very good. Now,
that's a talent for AGT, really?
I guess it was the cuteness of it. He was, it's pretty good.
I stopped watching that show because they put anybody through.
They put anybody through, but I've never gotten through. That's the depressing part. I was thinking about this. It says America's Got Talent. I'm from America, but what talent do I have other than making sarcastic remarks about people on Long Island? And you're not going to get that humor unless you know Long Islanders. Like,
hey, look, that's a better talent than most people I've seen on that show.
Thank you, Jeff. See, I need more people like Jeff around me to support me. See, if only you could understand the love Long Islanders have with overburning themselves under a hot flaming sun while staring up in the sky for an hour, getting a neck ache, watching planes go 400,000 miles an hour.
Absolutely.
And enjoying their beer and flip-flops and burnt tans. But did you experience any of this thunderstorm we had?
Yeah, I did.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
So I was just saying that kid's a good speller, but there's 3 kids from Long Island going to the National Spelling Bee
Wow.
from Long Island. So now, hold on a minute. Let's see. These were the 3. These from the last 3 years. These are the 3 winning words from the National Spelling Bee. I'm going to see if you can get any of these. Okay. Samophile.
Samophile.
Samophile. Don't ask me to put it in a sentence.
Sammophile.
Wow, you were very close. Wait. Say it again. You said S-A.
Sammophile.
You missed it by 1 letter.
What I do?
The P. There's a silent P.
I said P.
Oh, you said no in front of the S.
Oh, it's in front of the S.
Yeah, you had the other P correct, but it starts with a P-S-A-M-M. Oh, but very good.
Cool.
Very good. All right, let's see if you can get the next one. Oh, well, this was a winning word. This seems pretty easy. Moorhen. Moorhen.
Moorhead?
Moorhen. Like a chicken. Moorhen.
Moorhen.
There, you got it.
I mean, really?
How was that a winning word? That's what I think. Jeff, you should enter this 12-year-old spelling bee.
I think so.
You could get yourself a scholarship. This is fantastic. Anyway, so Jeff, you can help me out with this. You can help me out. I look at the back page of Newsday, and I get a lot of stories. And here I'm showing it to the Steve Squared audience. It says, "Bring the pressure," and it's got a picture of this aging, however old he is, 63-year-old Aaron Rodgers on this moron. On the back page, it's like a Jets story, right? It's.
My God.
Am I wrong, or is it May? Am I wrong, or are the Rangers trying to get into the Stanley Cup Finals? Am I wrong, or the Yankees have one of the best regular? Am I wrong that there's other things? The NBA Finals are going on. Who gives a crap? I know you're a football guy, but how much can they just shove football down people's face?
You know what? Newsday should just shut down. They're all.
I mean, is that a top story now? Just some random day about Aaron Rodgers that he has to bring it like in May.
Nobody cares about Aaron Rodgers.
How is that a story? I mean, you have baseball going on now. You got the NHL Stanley Cup Finals with a New York team in it, and you have the NBA Finals. Whether you care about it or not, I mean, there's other things going on in sports. I'd much prefer the lacrosse finals that Adelphi's in. I don't care.
Rangers are the best freaking team in the league. They're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even write a story about the Rangers.
Absolute idiots.
I mean, these guys are 2 games away from going to Stanley Cup Final. No store, nothing.
Yep.
You're lucky they even write when the next game is. I couldn't even find to watch the game. I didn't know what channel it was. And I get it. Hockey's not a fave among. I get it. It's all about football. Like they made the biggest deal when the football schedule came out. They were like, they released a football. Who cares? You'll know. Whatever. I get. Hey, did you?
Who reads Newsday anymore?
I do. I do. That's how I do the show. But I
need it for comedic fodder.
I need it for comedic fodder. Did you see this J-Lo movie called Atlas, where she's...
No.
Is this anything you would be interested in, about an AI character or something?
No, I couldn't care less about J-Lo.
Okay.
I'm sick of this woman. Go into obscurity with your friggin' Ben Affleck or whoever the hell he's married to now.
Yeah, I think it's still Big Ben.
Okay,
J-Lo. I think it's... It is. It's.
They just got married like 2 months ago. I heard last week they're getting divorced.
Is that right? Is she getting divorced?
I heard it last week somewhere. They're getting divorced already. I thought it was just some big bullshit story.
Oh, I don't think it's true. I can't believe it's true.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, let me help you out here, Jeff. There's a couple of great concerts coming to Long Alanis Morris. I might like this at Jones Beach. Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Yeah, Alanis is always a good show.
And with Joan Jett, which I love. Is July 10th. That's going to be at the beach. Asia. What is Asia? Aren't they an old band?
Wow, Asia, really?
Yeah, July 7th. Where is this?
That would be cool.
Yeah,
That's the original lineup.
I can't even imagine. Oh, it's at the Paramount. Judy Collins. Who's Judy Collins? But Judy Collins is an 85-year-old singer-songwriter. She's going to be performing in Suffolk on July 12th. That should be interesting.
No idea.
The Foo Fighters are performing.
Mm.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Look at they dig up everybody. Justin Timberlake at Madison Square Garden.
Is Valley still around?
I guess so. You want to go see Justin Timberlake at Madison Square Garden?
I think I'll pass on that.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Bonnie Raitt. What else is performing? The Pointer Sisters and the Commodores.
David Gilmour is doing 3 shows at the Garden, I think, in November.
Wow. Are you a Carlos Santana fan? He'll be performing as well.
No, not really.
Not really. The Counting Crows?
Don't care.
No. Blink 182?
Don't care.
Wow. I know. You like more of the hard bands. You like Judas Priest, Metallica.
I would love to go see Alanis Morissette. That's a great show, but I'm not going to Jones Beach.
That's at Jones Beach. Why not?
Those seats are awful.
Oh, yeah. I have seen. I saw Gwen Stefani there many years ago, and it was annoying. She was good, but
I can't sit in those seats. They're terrible.
They are terrible. Those seats are a bit of a bear. Oh my God. New Kids on the Block is performing.
Oh yeah, let's run to that.
What about J-Lo, Pitbull, and Missy Elliott? They have what a lineup. Everybody's looking to make a buck this summer. How are the Commodores, the Pointer Sisters, and the Spinners performing? Is that anybody that's still the same?
I have no idea.
That's fantastic. You know, I don't really go. I'm not a big concert goer. I haven't been to many in my whole existence. Green Day is performing in Smashing Pumpkins.
Mm.
Oh, here you go, Jeff. You like Def Leppard, don't you?
Not enough to go see them.
They're performing with Journey. I know you love a little Steve Perry.
God.
Can't sell you on Journey, huh?
Oh my God, I'm so sick of that band.
And finally, the Doobie Brothers, which I just found out they're not brothers.
You think?
Michael McDonald, he's still with them.
Ugh.
The Doobie Brothers, so they'll be performing as well. So it's going to be quite a show.
Michael McDonald is so irritating. I can't stand his voice.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the Doobie Brothers. I know my brother likes the Doobie Brothers, but I'm not a big Doobie. It's before my time. I don't really know too much about them. But what are you gonna do? That's a big lineup. They have a lot of people that are coming to Long Island, and so they get a lot of. But you don't like the Jones Beach. Where do you like to see a show? At Barclays or Madison Square Garden?
Oh no, I'll go to the UBS Arena.
UBS.
I will never, ever, ever, ever again go to Barclays.
No, yeah, I don't get a lot of good feedback from the Barclays. A lot of people say.
I saw Black Sabbath there a while ago.
Okay.
Absolutely awful arena to see a concert in. Awful.
Barclays, yeah. I never heard a lot of good things about Barclays Arena. It's not good on many levels.
Yep, I'm not going there. I'm not going to the Garden. I don't want to get punched in the face or shoved on a train.
Wow. Jeff.
Poor Steve Buscemi walking down the street of Manhattan got punched in the face.
I heard Steve Buscemi, but I think, didn't they say he got punched and assaulted, and there was another actor, I can't think of his name, but he's played mobsters and stuff. He's a good actor. He also got attacked. Yeah, they're attacking everybody now. It's not safe to go anywhere.
They do that to Buscemi, they'll kill me. Jeez.
Well, I don't think Steve Buscemi's as tough as his character was in Fargo. Let's be honest. I don't think he was, I'm going to say Steve Buscemi. First of all, how old is Steve Buscemi?
I don't know.
He's not a youngster anymore, and, if anybody could be taken by surprise. So, look, even Chaz Palminteri's probably going to be, even though he's still doing a Bronx Tale.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a Bronx Tale on Long Island as well. So you weren't on the show yet. I was looking at some shows from Long Island, local community theater, stuff I've done. And I look and I see this big ad for a show, 39 Steps, at the Playcrafters Playhouse. And I see 4 people in the cast and a big picture, and one of them is Emily. You know Emily.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to go support Emily and see that show.
Interesting.
Is it July or June? I think it's June, actually. June 7th.
I owe her one.
Yeah, we should go. And I'll have to reach out to her. I haven't talked to Emily in a few weeks, so she must be busy rehearsing. And I would see I've seen it. I always go see Emily when she does stuff, and probably,
let me know. I'll go.
Yeah, probably be interesting. It's in Suffolk County. I have to see what theater, but yeah, should be pretty cool. Give Emily a little support, and but I don't know. Now wait a minute. Hold on a second. There is. Oh, that's what I was taken aback. Oh my God. Oh, let me do this first. I'll finish. I want to do this first. Jeff, I forgot to tell you, I'm having a ventriloquist on the show in 2 weeks.
Oh, cool. There you go.
How fantastic is that? And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm going to be on your podcast show?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Fantastic, because I'm much better when you're just listening to the show than watching it." So I said, no. You're going to be seen, my friend. So you better bone up. Get that dummy ready.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you have your dummy, I have mine.
Absolutely.
There it is. So it says here. So I was thinking today, and I was talking to one of my clients, and he was mentioning a teacher. He's a retired teacher, Adam, and a producer, and he was saying that one of his teacher friends is married to another teacher, and that's a good thing because teachers, they have summers off together and yada, yada, yada. So I said, that's interesting. What professions are good for people to get married to? And I came up with a few. I think doctors should marry their patients. I think that's not that being a patient is a profession. How about teachers and principals? I think that's the way to go. If you're a teacher, you should definitely try to marry a principal because they make life hell for you. If you get that, that's something you should strive for. I think circus performers and psychiatrists should get together.
Okay.
Or circus performers and surgeons. Because, let's face it, they're going to get injured a lot, and to have a surgeon in the family. I always say this, if you're going to marry somebody, try to marry somebody that is either in the dental field or the automotive field. You would love to have a lifetime of free dental work or auto repair work. Or a contractor. Someone that could really do a lot of work around the house. You need these things. Those are probably your most expensive expenses that you're going to suffer in a lifetime owning a home or a car or what have you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You get yourself, so what you do is you try to go to dental school, try to marry a dentist, not a hygienist, a dentist, big difference.
Yeah.
I love my hygienist, but you got to go right for the dentist. And that's what you do.
Veterinarian can marry your dog.
Veterinarian. There you go. You can do anything now. So I had. I thought I had somebody else. Oh, do you know which professions? And I looked this up, and I thought this was pretty interesting. Which professions have the highest divorce rate? Which professions have the highest divorce rate?
Lawyers.
No, they were up. Actually, lawyers. Yes, lawyers are people that on the list that you really should stay away from, but they're not the highest divorce rate. Flight attendants. Flight attendants. I could see that.
Never home.
True. Bartenders.
Bartenders.
Yeah, which is not really I guess it's a. I'm going to get yelled at by bartenders, but I don't know if that's really something.
Yeah, you got to give bartenders their props.
Okay, so they're saying that's got the highest divorce rate, and exotic dancers. Now,
There you go.
I'm thinking if you're making your living dancing on a pole, you're probably not going to be the stay-at-home type.
How about porn stars? Do they confuse?
No, they just said exotic dancers. I think you're okay on those. Those are fine. It's just exotic dancers is the ones you want to stay away from. So flight attendants, exotic dancers, and teachers. And teachers. Those are the three. You can't deal with them. I mean, you just can't. You can't deal with the exotic dancer. Honey, stop! You're dancing on, or it could be a husband, wife, whatever. Stop. It could be a Chippendale. Stop it. Or a teacher. You just. I'm telling you, I give teachers a hard time. You know me. I have a family of teachers. I give them a hard time. I'm always saying, what are you complaining? You get weeks off from school. Summer's off. You're off today. They got Friday off. They made it a 4-day weekend. I mean, what is going on here?
Absolutely.
I can't find. I'm still on the hunt for good strawberries. It's supposed to be strawberry season. Where are the strawberries? Have you found good strawberries?
I find good strawberries at Stu Leonard's.
Stu Leonard's. Everybody talks about Stu Leonard's. I've never made a trip to Stu Leonard's. I have to go there.
Right over here in Farmingdale.
Yeah, I hear great things about Stu Leonard's. But I've never. Yeah, I gotta go check them out. You know me, I'm a creature of habit. I always go to North Shore Farms. I was telling everybody, I went out in the heart of that storm to get minestrone soup over at Ivor Umberto.
Damn.
I risked life and limb.
Where else? Stu's or maybe even Whole Foods over Massapequa.
I've been to they don't have no good. I go to Whole Foods a lot. Yeah, it's just terrible. Overpriced, not sweet. I can't. I throw away so much. Grapes were terrible.
Stu's, they usually have really good fresh fruit, and the pricing is good.
Yeah, I'll try them. Thank you. I'll definitely make. Now, I did go on my bike ride yesterday. I know you wanted to. How you feeling? You feeling any better?
Yeah, I'm all right. My voice was a little shot from the acid reflux, but I'm good.
All right. So I ventured out. I took my bike ride, and I felt good. I was telling everybody I finally have made the change into wearing shorts and summer gear. I had been wearing, when I go running or things like that, I've been wearing sweats, and I get cold very easily. But I wore shorts, and I looked like a real summer dude.
Where'd you go?
I did the usual path, the Massapequa Preserve path. Just easy, quick, local, and it's where I go on the path is very secluded. Not a lot of traffic-y people. There's another part more further up where everybody's with the dogs, bird watching. It's another. I always say Long Islanders love to look up. So this way they're looking up at planes, they're looking up at birds, and you're running, and you're like, get out of my way. And it's just, So, hey, can you give us any Netflix? Or what movies are there out there that you can recommend to the Steve Squared audience? Anything? I mean, Garfield, maybe?
What's playing now?
Well, Garfield, the J-Lo movie. I mean, what's out there now is just... Oh, there was that... Is it called Furioso? Or something? I don't...
Mad Max Furiosa?
Yeah, it got bad... It didn't get good reviews.
I didn't even see the first one.
Oh. So, not good reviews. They just... I haven't been anxious to see... There was the Amy Winehouse biopic, but...
I was about to say, that got kind of panned.
That got hammered. And it made like $2 million. Like, it was just...
Civil War with Kirsten Dunst was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I'm hearing. I'm actually hearing fireworks right now.
I was hearing them last night.
What is the matter? This is not a celebratory weekend. I know it's a holiday weekend, but it's Memorial Day, you fools. It's not July 4th.
Mm.
This is a day of observance.
Yeah.
What is wrong? Why do people love explosives?
I don't see anything playing worth going to see.
No, right? There was the Amy Winehouse, the Furiosa, the Mad Max. Was there a Dune movie? I don't know.
Yeah, Dune 2 is out. It's pretty good if you like that kind of thing.
I thought it was already moved to Netflix already or something.
It's streaming on Max. Yeah.
Max. There is something coming that I was interested. I forget what, but I thought there was a couple of things coming in June that looked interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Boy, I don't know what's going on with the movie makers. They're just not making anything right now.
They're making the same thing over and over again.
They just sequels, another Garfield, another everything is another. I mean, they're terrible. And the J-Lo thing, they're like, it's just because it's about AI, it's so relevant. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be garbage.
It is, of course. It got hammered. So I have to read. I'm going to have to read this. Let's see if I can read this. So, it's a Dear Amy, and I'll tell you why today is a special Dear Amy as I close out the show and finish with a Dear Amy. It apparently, and I've used many Dear Amy's on the show, I always read a Dear Amy. She is retiring. After 21 years of giving useless advice to Long Islanders. That's a pretty good gig. For 21 years to be able to just spout nonsense to people.
Well,
I'm going for that record, but I don't get paid the way she does. But I'm trying to do the same.
No,
her name is Amy Dickinson, and she said it's time to hang it up. She said if you can't live without my advice, then don't live at all. No, she didn't say that. That's not. Again, please don't contact the Steve Scarlett Show. I'm in a lot of trouble. I also showed a corn dude scraper, and I said it would make a good murder weapon. I'm sure I'm going to be also panned for that. I'm pushing the envelope now. I'm getting edgy. Howard Stern is annoying me. I like Stern sometimes, but there is a point that does he annoy you sometimes?
I can't be serious. I've not heard the show in a while.
I just sometimes he's always trying to. He's so in awe of the artist that he has on, but he starts and he does this whole love thing for them, but at the expense. Then he'll blast somebody else that's not on the show, then have them on a week later. He's like, didn't you hate this actor? He was so jealous of you. Then he'll have that guy on the next week. He just he just does stuff like that, and then he tries to stir up trouble. He was asking, he'll ask Eddie Vedder, didn't you write that song because you wanted to kill yourself? And Eddie Vedder's like, no, I was, I just wrote that. And he goes, no, but you wanted it. You were depressed. You were taking pills. And Eddie Vedder's like, what are you talking about? He's just, I don't. He's sometimes.
Howard is taking his interviewing way too seriously.
Yes.
Way too seriously.
It started to annoy me, and I like him. It's fine, whatever. All right.
He hasn't been funny in years.
Yeah, it's true. It very much is true. I think Letterman got to a point like that too. It's weird. For what made them so good, they go away from it and think they're these now, historians or so astute. They get so full of themselves, and what made Howard Stern famous was just his raunchy sense of humor. And what was Letterman throwing TVs out a window? That's, you weren't inventing, the wheel here.
Yeah.
You both got lucky, and, and you're great, but, let's calm down a little. So, Dear Amy, it always starts, this is always trouble when it starts off with my husband. My husband and I have been married 2.5 years. That's not a very long time. You can still get this annulled. We have a good marriage, but this winter, During a casual conversation in front of the TV, I was fishing for a compliment. I always do that when I talk to people. Don't I always do that when I talk to you? I beg for a compliment.
Yes, you do.
And he responded that he considers me an 8. What? He considers me an 8 out of 10 in terms of looks. I got really upset. He claims that he was trying to make an unsuccessful joke and that he thinks I look great. I have a hard time seeing the humor. I told him he does nothing. He needs to make it up to me. Oh, here we go. He's done nothing. It's been over 4 months and I'm having a really hard time with the number 8.
Oh, get over it.
I've been taking him, it says, I've been taking it out on him by being extremely critical of him lately. I'm not a very secure person. Well, that's obvious. And nothing wrong with being an 8. What, does he have to lie and tell her she's a 10? I mean, he married her, for God's sake. He's got, I mean, whoa, boy. Though I definitely consider myself attractive. Ugh. I don't know how I'm supposed to live the rest of my life with someone who could tell me I'm an 8. Wow.
All right, look, this person needs a professional therapist.
He's otherwise a great husband, other than that. It's a good thing she didn't ask that 2-year-old math genius what she was on a scale of 0 to 10. You're a 1.5. You're a square root of 2. It says here, he's otherwise a great husband, and he's been making an effort to compliment me a lot lately, but I'm having a hard time believing him. Oh my gosh. I feel bad for this man. Boy, did he put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You just say a 10 and move on. Who cares? Now he's got to live with this nightmare. It says here, Dear Lost, because she signed it Lost. You are, boy, she's right there. I'm feeling lost too, but that could have something to do with how hard my keyboard just hit my forehead. For one thing, an 8 for most of us isn't just a compliment, it's sweet and awe-inspiring. I think so. And what you call fishing for compliments, I call picking a fight. You were just looking for drama. Good! Very good, Amy. I like this.
Okay.
Or asking someone to fill your insecurity about yourself.
Stop being a drama queen.
Nothing is the work of a healthy adult. It says, in your months of anguish, have you given any thought to the thankless job you've given your husband? He chose to marry you. Wow. Amy's giving it in her retirement. It says
there you go.
It says, your good marriage says he still loves you and thank him, but you set him up to fail and blah, blah, blah. You know, yeah. I'm going to leave it. Amy, who could say it better than Amy?
I feel that we kind of goofed on Amy a little bit.
I think that's a good call by Amy. I would have reconsidered. I would have said, honey, I thought about it last night, and you're right. You're not an 8. You're a 4.5. Your personality has just dropped you 4 points. And can you just sign the divorce papers, and I'll take the house. Goodbye and good luck. You see, this is why I'm single. I could not deal with something like this. I couldn't. It's probably me. I have very low threshold for this nonsense.
That's just ridiculous.
I mean, first of all, never bother someone when they're watching TV to ask them what number you are.
That's why you lost 2 points.
Exactly. Right there, you're an 8. She should be lucky that he's given her an 8. I mean, I can imagine what you would have said. You wouldn't even have given a response. You would have said, excuse me, in front of the TV.
Yeah. Can you please move like 2 feet to the right?
Yeah.
Please.
Be any number you want if you could just get out of the way. I'm watching TV. The Dallas North Stars are playing. This could be a Dallas North Stars Rangers. How are they doing, the North Stars?
The Stars are leading Edmonton 2-1, but Edmonton is outplaying them.
Oh, okay, but all right, but it's not outplaying. It's about the wins. So
Game Fours tonight.
So who would you root for? Because you are, I know the answer to this,
I'm a
but
Dallas.
no Ranger. You're not a Ranger. You wouldn't, obviously.
I like the Rangers just fine, but I'm a Stars fan.
So this could be a Dallas, New York thing. Stanley Cup Finals.
It very well could be.
That would be pretty cool. So
The two best teams in the league.
So it's heading that way. So we'll see what happens. That could be pretty interesting coming up. Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. If that happens, would you go to one of the games? Obviously, at the Madison Square Garden.
No.
No!
No.
Well, the tickets have to be astronomical anyway.
That, and I just will not travel to the city.
You're just not doing the city thing.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done. You'll enjoy it better from home anyway. Who are we kidding?
I got a big enough TV. I got a nice sound system.
Exactly. Then the game's over. You can just shut it. Go to bed. You don't have to look for a train or a subway.
Exactly.
I hear you. I mean, I still, I feel you. I understand.
I don't worry about being thrown over the edge because I'm wearing a Stars jersey.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't do that.
Right.
Oh, especially Madison Square Garden. That place is insane.
Yeah, you get murdered.
You get murdered. I mean, look what happened. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Knicks gear. I'm still trying to get over the whole Knicks thing. It was I'm proud of them. They did really well. Just too many injuries. They don't,
Yeah.
they're not going to make excuses, but I mean, they had nobody left. I mean,
Wow.
Brunson broke his hand in that last game. Even if they won that game 7, they wouldn't even have been able to put 5 guys on the court.
Jesus.
Yeah, it got really bad. I mean, they were riddled. So that team is good. They just, it's all about health.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, what should they do? I say keep it together, run it another year, see if you could keep everybody healthy. But yeah. So now everybody's excited to see what the Rangers do and what happens with the hockey, and we'll see what's happening. So all right. Well, thanks for calling in, bud. Thanks. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. And we'll get you in. I want to get you in the studio when we have that ventriloquist. I think you'll like that.
Sure.
I think we'll get everybody in. That'll be a fun show. So keep that free. I'll let you know. It's in 2 weeks from today. All right, bud. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, see you later.
Later, Jeff.
Bye.
So, great call in. That's a little surprise. We're running overtime, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to close shop now for myself. Thanks for Jeff for calling in, for Kermit, for the Corn Dude, for all the vets. Thank you to all the vets. And, it's a great thing to go on Vet Connect. If you'd like to donate clothes or anything, they pick up Vet Connect. It's a great way to give donations to the veterans. It's a good thing, and they'll come right to your house, pick it up. So definitely, it's vetconnect.com, and they'll have the phone number there and how to do the whole process. So it's a really good thing to do. I'll leave you on that note. For everybody, thank you for all my squares out there for tuning in. As always, thank you for your support. Go into Stephen R. Kaminsky on Instagram. Check out some of the clips and funny bits that we'll have for you for dumbbells and the rest. So, and yeah, you see, I get the dumbbell shirt rocking today. A lot of yellow and red, white, and blue. So we got good color combos going on. See you next Monday, 6:30 on the Steve Squared Show. Have a safe rest of